It is 95.5 KLOS, Southern California's best rock. I'm Cynthia Fox. Total honor to be speaking right now with Roger Hodgson of Supertramp, who is doing an outstanding show coming up this Sunday, September 16th, 6 p.m., part of the Taste of Newport. Tasteofnewport.com will get you all the details. We've been giving away some fabulous tickets. Roger's also celebrating the fact that he's got Classics Live out on iTunes, which includes Give a Little Bit, the Logical Song, Dreamer, School, Breakfast in America. These are the songs that he wrote. These are his songs. So it's really great to celebrate Roger Hodgson's legacy. And Roger, thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Oh, my pleasure, Cynthia.
And Give a Little Bit, I have to say, first off, Give a Little Bit right away. We have used that year after year after year for the KLOS Blood Drive, which is the largest in the country. I think we've been doing it almost 30 years now. And so what I wanted to say was thank you so much for these kinds of songs that are positive, they're life-affirming, they're encouraging. People, it means a lot to people. It keeps people going. And I just find it like this is a real validating tour for you now, the fact that you can celebrate this legacy of taking a really nice, gentle approach to songwriting and to music, and to see that it indeed has resonated and has lasted and has actually kind of encouraged people to be better people, too.
Well, it's really, I never forget being incredibly grateful for having a gift that has touched people in that way. And I didn't set out to do that. Music was always the place that I went to really express my deepest joy, pain, hopes, dreams, whatever was going on in me. That was where I felt the safest to express myself. And I think that's maybe why the songs have lasted the test of time so well, is because they came from a very pure place, and they touched that place in a lot of people around the world. And I know music can really hold our memories and our dreams like almost nothing else. And so it's a real gift for me to be able to sing these songs and take people almost for a journey through their life, or maybe back to times when maybe life was easier, or they were falling in love, or other memories. It's amazing what happens every night with the alchemy of that. I think music, I've always thought of music as food for the spirit. And, even beyond just the playing the songs each night, for me, the reward is when I can bring an audience of 2,000, 3,000 people together in unity, and at the end of the night, if they're all on their feet singing Give a Little Bit with a smile from ear to ear, then I know I've done my job, and it's been a success.
Well, that's got to give you goosebumps, too, on a certain level, to see that you are actually lifting people's spirits. I mean, you're giving them that extra bit of energy, hope, and bringing people together. That is a gift. Do you ever feel like, wow, kind of in awe of this amazing effect, the positive effect that music can have?
I am amazed by it. I don't take it for granted. I mean, I've always felt that about music. I mean, I grew up on the Beatles, and I knew how their music affected me. They changed my life, and so when I formed Supertramp with Rick Davis, I mean, they were my inspiration in a way. I wanted to see what we could do with Supertramp, to see if we could affect people the same way the Beatles affected me. And it wasn't really a question of trying. I realized I stumbled across it early on. You don't try. The few times I've tried to write a hit song, I fell flat on my face. It really, for me, it's really being true to your heart and writing about things that you care passionately about. And then that strikes a chord in people around the world. And with the Logical Song, that still strikes a deep chord with people around the world, because there's a lot of people who really are a little lost and don't know why, what their life purpose is. And so that, and Give a Little Bit. I mean, Give a Little Bit was I was a young man when I wrote that song, and that song has taken on a life of its own. As you say, you've used it. It really is a song to inspire, just giving a little bit and caring. And it's a beautiful message, and I'm very proud to be able to offer that to different organizations for fundraising or whatever, or and to play it in concert. And I see the effect it has. It's amazing.
And what's also lovely is the fact that it was used as part of that video that went viral. I believe it was connected with a Coca-Cola commercial. But what a great idea to find these little moments, these little real-life moments captured by these little cameras, security cameras, of people actually helping each other. And I feel like this is what people need to see. Unfortunately, so much of local news and media is showing people at their worst. And what you've done with the video is saying, no, there are plenty of people, regular, everyday people, in the course of their life that are doing really nice things for each other. And I think that kind of validation encourages more people to kind of give and help out their fellow man, so they don't feel like they're the only ones doing it. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to thank you for that too.
Oh well, it was because of the message of that I was open to Coca-Cola using the song, because it fits so well. And you're right. I mean, that the unfortunately the media is obsessed by negative slants on things, unfortunately. So we need anything that's going to bring some positive energy or hope.
And showing people at their best.
Yeah.
Instead of at their worst.
Right.
And could I also say, again, first off, we really respect the fact that you took the time away to really focus on your kids and raising your family. And I have to say that the logical song is even more resonant today for a lot of us who have raised a family and raised kids. Because when you talk with the lyrics, and when I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a miracle was beautiful, magical. We see that in our own kids, right? When they're young and before they go to school. We see that they're creative and they're coming up with ideas all the time. Then once they get to school, and you have this section, but then they sent me away to teach me how to be sensible, logical, responsible, practical, and they showed me a world where I could be so dependable, clinical, intellectual, cynical. And I think those of us who are parents are always struggling to keep what is wonderful and creative and pure and open alive in our children, and so they don't succumb to the cynicism or the over-intellectual approach to life. So even more meaningful now.
Absolutely. Yes, it always was meaningful, but I think with life the way it is today and the way it's going, it's even more important to set an example for our children for what truly is important. And you're right. I look in the faces of little children, and they have more answers than we do as adults. They're unspoiled, and it's interesting that we kind of spend most of our adult life, or a lot of us do, trying to get back to that place of innocence and wonder and awe and joy, because it is beaten out of us, or we lose it so easily, and it's very easy to lose.
Or it's discouraged.
But I think as parents, we are the primary influence on our children, and I know that you can always tell. I can always tell often with the people I meet whether they've had good parenting, because it shows. You can feel it.
Wow. That's interesting. And again, everybody tuning in, Roger Hodgson, this Sunday, September 16th, 6 p.m., Taste of Newport. So make sure you support him, tasteofnewport.com. And I was just going to bring up a couple quick things. One is Sir Ken Robinson. I don't know if you know about him or his TED lectures that he's done about creativity, but it certainly ties in well with what you've expressed in the logical song. And he wants to see kids kind of instead of being steered away from the things they like to do or being steered away from creativity, being more encouraged to kind of, hey, follow your passion and make things happen. And so I think he is right on the same wavelength with you. I don't know if you've heard of his work or anything, but...
Yes, I have. Well, I think he's right on. I mean, I think for me, I know from direct experience. I mean, the times I followed my heart, that's when things have worked out the best. I mean, when I left Supertramp was my baby, and after 14 years having my heart telling me it's time to stop, it's time to let go of Supertramp and focus on my kids for the next phase of my life. That was probably the most difficult decision I've ever made, but it really was what my heart and my instincts were telling me I needed to do. So I took the jump, I took the plunge, and here I am, 25 years later, back touring again and actually giving more because of the experiences and what I learned about myself in those years away from the music business. So, and my kids are in great shape, and I was there for them, and when they grew up, and so I don't have any regrets. That's a good feeling.
You're a very wise person, and again, thank you for not only the music but also the wisdom that you've shared. Because I think you're right. There are a lot of people kind of wondering and how to live their life and how to follow their intuition. And I think you've given them a lot of encouragement and a lot of hope. And I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I have to say how incredibly validating it must have been for you also to do the concert for Diana, since Diana loved your songs.
It was. Unfortunately, I was the only member of the band who didn't meet Diana when she was alive, but I was very happy that the Princes invited me to be a part of the 10th anniversary after her death, to honor her. And again, it's that song, Give a Little Bit. I mean, it was a pretty courageous thing for me to do, to go out in front of 60,000 people in Wembley Stadium, and then I was told 500 million watching, and all alone with a guitar and just sing a few songs. But when I sang Give a Little Bit, the whole stadium stood up, and the Princes stood up, and just singing that song seemed to galvanize the spirit of the concert and why we were there, like nothing else. It was a magic moment, definitely.
Wow. And
then afterwards, it was fantastic speaking with the Princes to hear that Princess Di and the Princes used to dance around the kitchen singing Dreamer together. That really touched me.
Wow. Yeah. And since she was such a role model for giving and helping and giving back and really reaching out and to be very inclusive toward everybody who is suffering on the planet. Wow. I mean, Roger.
Yeah, she was a beautiful soul.
Well, congratulations. You are amazing. And like I said, once again, we congratulate you on your songs lasting, your songs continuing to inspire. And we, like I said, just love the fact that your gentle, encouraging approach is what's really working. I mean, year after year after year. Hey, you know what? We've played Baba G back at KMET. I don't know if you remember at the Mighty Met. We played Baba G. Yes, we did. So, again, we just want to thank you so much for taking the time. There's so much more, of course, we could talk about, but I think I need to let you go. This Sunday, September 16th, you could see Roger Hodgson, 6 p.m., part of tasteofnewport.com. You can find out more at rogerhodgson.com, of course, and pick up on Classics Live on iTunes, the incredible crystalline, beautiful sound of Supertramp. We've always loved your approach, your songwriting, the sense of humor that's there, too. So, Roger, thanks so much for taking the time to visit with us here at KLOS.
Oh, well, thank you, Cynthia. Are you coming to the show? Are you going to be able to make it?
I guess I'm going to have to now, huh?
You bet.
Okay.
Hope to continue our conversation.
Well, and thank you so much. And you take care and happy travels.
Thank you.